Okay, and welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time. Victoria 3 as Prussia in our Super Germany run. Basically Super Germany run at this point. Um, where we got a short sort of kerfluffle over Italy. If it goes well, we'll own either directly or indirectly most of Italy. We'll see how well that goes. Construction queue wise, I do probably need to put more stuff in the construction queue. Steel's getting a little pricey. Let's put some steel in. Give the industry something to work on. We can do 100 level steel, I suppose. No peasants there. So pass there. Do like 10 more. In Transylvania, could probably do some jobs. Okay. Anyway, looks like at least in the defensive battles up there we're handling well. The attacks might not be going very well. I think we do have to attack to win the war. Anyway, okay, so the Americans are coming up to up there. I might want to tell the guys to stop attacking until the Americans go home. The Americans are going to make up the bulk of the enemy forces, I think. And the Americans are one of the nations that can simply drop below 0 war support, even without us taking anything. Oh, the Dutch even more. We might actually be able to send the Dutch home before we even anyone else does. And the Dutch aren't even going to leave their territory because we've got a good defense on the border with them. Okay. I don't really have the authority to support that, so... You know, I'll click that button. Yeah, it does cost me authority. Should have taken the opposite. Right. Synthetic solution. Progress to art silk. We'll take the progress to art silk and pay the money for that. Oh, and Social Security is done, so let's set that to max. That will start making, that'll make the unemployed less of a drag on our standard of living. Also stop them from demoting back to peasants. But now that I've got Social Security, I should sort by unemployed first. Try to employ the unemployed before building buildings elsewhere. And then how's colonization going? I think it's going pretty well. Establish it in 3 new states. So let's do that. Oh yeah, looks like the Dutch are going to go home real quick. Their dreams for liberation of Trieste is dying on the vine real quick. The Americans are a little bit stiffer of a backbone, but even they are not appreciating their casualty rate. Their side has lost 3/4 of the battles they're in. That's not good for them. Yes. The private queue. I see you have a need... Well, the market has a need for cars. I'm going to build cars. And yeah, the market has demand for cars. In fact, at that point, I think it's gonna cheap enough that even though there's still more demand, let's lean in on public motor carriages. Off of engines onto cars. This front's going to close as soon as that goes, yes. So you go run to the other front, and the other front is the one we're going to be attacking, so swap to advanced front. And then our glorious metal fleet here, go give the Americans a bad day. Can I upgrade the torpedo boats? What's that going to do to my goods? This is not actually going to kick in until the end of the war, I think. Swaps. Artillery ammunition out for explosives. Oh no, we're on monitors. Everything's in monitors. So artillery and ammunition. It's still artillery and ammunition for explosives, just a lot more explosives. Okay. Answer torpedo boats. I suppose technically I probably want destroyers, not torpedo boats. Yes, destroyers. Torpedo boats is the prec for, or was originally the prec for subs. New election. We got SPD, the Progress Party, and Conservatives. So if anything, that means we can probably kick the rural folk out of government for not being social democrat enough. Campaign financing. Party can't afford the campaign. Should it be campaigning? Blockade, 100%. Yep. Now the Americans are going to be able to stop us from blockading Washington, D.C. Embarrassed by association. This is one of the leaders. Oh, this is not one of the leaders. This is one of the. Yeah, we'll give the poor. Are you Hearst? What happened to Hearst? Oh, Prime Minister. Prime Minister's getting the embarrassed by association. Okay. That's fine. After the election, he might get replaced. We'll take the authority here right now. Okay, Tuscany grows. America's probably about to leave. False democracy. Government must know that we see through their system. Okay. Oh, I said I was going to turn the game speed down. We haven't needed to, I suppose. It's not broken. Why fix it? Yeah. And yeah, looks like the SPD is going to win with most of the votes, so they should form a pretty strong single-party government. So I can build more fine art. Not going to build more ammunition because we did look and see that swapping over to the torpedo boats, which we might do post-war, isn't going to be benefiting from that. Yeah, there's a lot of demand. for RGOs are pretty good to overbuild. So this stuff like demand for coal and stuff. So let's say 200 coal mines. Actually, let's work about unemployed first. Let's try to get all the unemployed employed for this coal mines. So we can put the full set in Austria. Let's say the full set there. That's about 70 mines. You have some peasants, so we can get away with probably going up to about 60. So we can probably put the full batch there. Okay. You have competent peasants that can get away with the full 44. Yeah. And then might as well do Brandenburg as well. And then when that's done, we'll have to revisit rail again. Improving workplace safety. There goes America. So the rest of the Italian resistance should promptly collapse. Okay, so we can reform our government. Which is basically the current government, SPD alone, SPD, the current government, and the intelligentsia. Or just SPD and the intelligentsia. I suppose we could bring the intelligentsia in if we wanted to try passing total separation. Wouldn't be the worst choice. That's the opposition to total separation. Oh, well, even the intelligentsia are opposed to it right now. Oh, no, the state opposed. Just the church. The church is pretty small. Okay, I'm going to risk pressing that button. We're going to have a contested government, which is fine. Yeah, we'll try to go for total separation. This is not going to be easy pass, I think, but... Elevator. So that unlocks arcades. Which is something we're going to want to do, but when we do it, we're going to have to try to fix electricity at the same time. So we're not in a rush. Can I propose that you surrender? I press my goals. Yeah. No point in dragging out a war where we've won. Okay, so now, every one of my stuff, basically control all of Italy except for the Roman Republic. Where we'll probably want to go sooner rather than later, but we want to let the infamy come down a little bit. Just a bit. I suppose I could go globe-trotting looking for investment rates. No, but we're not really in a rush for that. I've got it with the Russians. No time. Got an alliance with them. I don't apparently have investment rights with them. Ooh, that is pretty expensive. Oh, we are notorious. I should probably wait until we're not notorious. I don't need the oil yet. And the reason I want investment rights is so that I can build up Baku for the oil. Because Baku here is, at one point in the near future, going to have a lot of oil. It doesn't, because Russians don't know what oil is yet, but they will, eventually. Know what that is. Hopefully. How is the world going to have so little oil? Let's try to extend some diplomatic failures to improve relations with the Americans. And reacquire some opinion with the Russians. And maybe the British as well? Yeah. The income we generated pissed a lot of people off. Legislative failures. Okay, that's fine. Oh, we had the Peruvian epidemic. We haven't done pasteurization yet. Where was the best build? Silk. Those two places. I got enough to encourage there. 75% of states affected by it. To be fair, I think I've got it in every state that's affected by it, because I don't think all these guys over here are affected. Oh no, you're affected by it. Oh, actually, we've got something that's actually giving us more authority. So let's go encourage agriculture. Oh, you in particular are cheaper in certain locations. That makes sense. Yeah. So now we just need to research pasteurization to make the epidemic here go away. GDP is going up. Standard of living's rising. We're up to 17. And we're still colonizing in Africa. Reminds me, make sure we're doing all the places that we can. And then we got more states we can start incorporating, yeah. Am I missing one? German Guinea. A tiny little bit of German Guinea, okay. Supporting the American worker. Where are we gonna progress there? Ongoing native up because the British are fighting the natives. Okay. End of the century. State penalties for turmoil up, but I get more art economy throughput. For 2 years. Sure. And yeah, you can see the dips in the literacy every time we integrate new people. The literacy's still on the up and up. I suppose I want to get involved there. I've waited too long. Workplace safety with a 4. Okay, so the workplace mortality is almost gone. 50 more days or so, it'll be entirely gone. Do I have? Yeah, I still have tariffs on coffee and stuff. Okay. Yeah, I could probably get away with building more fine art. And we're obviously waiting for our balance to recover and pay down the debt a little bit, which will run expanding construction. Well, expanding the construction rate. We're still building stuff, of course. Bedouin migration. Population growth is high. Be prepared. Forget what that achievement's for, but apparently we've achieved it. Oh. Apparently we can start making state of you. Yeah, because Great Britain got everything between the two. Yeah, that's right. I suppose that's something we could reach out and ask politely. Can we clean the border gore up a bit? Cape Colony. Can you actually sell me stuff? You can. You're not likely to sell me stuff. And I don't have much to sell you, I suppose. Price-wise, yeah, I'm getting like 88 and 89. We said it was like 89, I give you an obligation. 80%, but I don't want to give you 200,000 a turn. A week, so. No. It's gonna be like the same for all of you. Might not be the case with Great Britain. Can we get something over Great Britain? State transfer. Eastern New Guinea, for example. British Congo. Be fair, they like, or actually no, that's because of nothing I had. Yeah, so let's put New Guinea. So minus 1,000 there. We were to give them investment rights, and a bunch of money, maybe. Oh no, the best they're gonna get was 49. Okay, so we're not buying stuff off of the British. At least not the stuff I've been asking for. At least the stuff I've been thinking about asking for. The French don't like me, I think. Improve relations with French, but... Minus 200, offering state, yep. And not mention one reward of that either. Oh, that's the cheapest one, minus 200, okay. Okay. Send in the 5th Army again. Deal with the uprising. In some ways, that's actually a good thing that we're getting uprisings, because we can put them down for double speed. The construction sectors. Based on unemployment, highest unemployment. Build about our construction sectors now. And then I think we are at the point where it is time to swap you to arcades, which is going to raise the steel consumption and the electricity. Then we come over here, we're going to let it cycle a week, and then we're going to go around building more electricity if we need it. And we probably will. Some of the bigger places are probably going to need more. Actually, surprisingly, Not much electrical demand. Yeah, it's not zero electrical demand, but not as much as I was expecting. Probably means I get away with another electrification. Do the explosives as well. Yeah, let's do the explosives as well. Cycle a week. And then, yeah, that did it. So 10 is 500, so you actually want like that much. Then 12 there, 10, 7 there, 7 there. Yep. Wait for our queue to work back down. We are waiting for that compression ignition, which will kick in 19 months. That will make the car manufacturer better. That'll make the engine manufacturer better. That'll make the mines better. Diesel engine, mass production, ignitions, compression ignition for the tractors, diesel pumps. Oh, even diesel trains for the railways. The question, of course, then is going to be, do we have the oil for all that? Ooh, the private sector needs some more construction. Find the most unemployed place. I'll actually do that too. I'm surprised that revenue is down. Subsidies are up, that's why. Because I'm subsidizing the explosive factories, and I just screwed up the electricity thing with them. Yeah, that's fine. Political agitation, so that's more of that. Okay. Okay, so let's look at the colonization where that was affected. No more new colonies to establish yet. And yeah, we're not going to be able to cut the British off from taking over bits in here. I think we are still colonizing faster than them. That'll be the last electrification until we pick up electric railways. Well, actually, I suppose electric railways, because we're just doing compression ignition, will be less interesting. Yeah. If I owe us an obligation, I'm actually going to say no. You want to unify with Romania, which means you would annex them. Interesting. What's my legitimacy? Can I eat that? I can eat that. Okay. So let's try to get you to be loyal. So I'll do that. I'll make you loyal. You don't. You're on market. we'll take a track spread penalty to improve that for the moment. And then, can I improve relations with you? Yeah. And we do want to get involved here. Because if I want all of Italy for my greater Central Europe here, those are all territories that come in. Yeah, we're on board with that, especially if you're paying the infamy cost. Yeah, we're asking for the obligation. This is turning into a right mess. Senegal. Okay. So they've got enough to cover all the fronts. We've got enough armies to cover all the fronts, because there's only 4 fronts. You had a truce. Okay, so you'd come if you didn't have a truce. I suppose that's also the same thing with the United States. The United States would probably jump in if they had a truce. Though they'd be jumping in on the other side. Oh, you got involved. Need another army. Uh-huh. Okay. Also has Lorraine. That's a fairly balanced fight. Go in the defense. We'll mobilize, grab you another general quickly. Chance to be fine. Okay. So, and the army. The main army here. We're gonna split you in half. We're going to take the second half, which is the new 7th Army. Your job, go to the Baltic Zone. I think both these armies are going to want to mobilize as well. Their respective half of the conscripts. Okay, that's a stable front for the moment. Go into the defense. We'll tread them down until we're ready to attack. Sure, I don't think I'm getting anything out of this besides the Italian territories being unified with their subjects, so... Honestly, that's the only front we want to advance on. The rest is just stall until they go home. Yeah. Oh, and the British are allowed to come. Oh, they'll only show up for transfer states, which I don't want to give them. Yeah. I'll bring the fleet home. We'll just park it off. Naval invasion. Park it off the French coast. Apparently there's already fighting between the British and the Dutch. Danish. Netherlands. British and the Netherlands. I was correct first, the Dutch, wasn't I? Yes. There we go. So there's more weapon tech. That's good. Maybe a bad thing that it's spreading to us, because that means we didn't have it before the other guys. Recoil mechanism means we're going to get deeper artillery. Okay. Do more labor saving? Yeah, let's do more labor saving. Could do that, not gonna do that. Front steel banner there. Oh, you should be on sort of plantation. Done the rail through all the mines, so now it's supposed to rail on the coffee plantation, or the plantations. Okay, cycle a week. And more rail. Oh, I want to do this on rail demand, though. Transport demand. So we come over here, we click on you. Sort by rail shortage. So you're going to want like 21 levels. You're going to want 10 levels. 9. 7. 6. 6. 3. 2. 2. 2. Oh, some of these might be subjects, I suppose. 2 there. And we're just 1s the rest of the way down, I think. Yeah. Okay. Okay, the war is already arguably off to a good start. If we wait long enough... Oh, France is the enemy war leader, okay. Okay, we got total separation. I think other than maybe going communist, I don't think there's any other laws I want to pass. Could go total mo, but we really don't. Or mass conscription, we don't. If I needed more bureaucracy, we can come up to elected, but we don't need to. Yeah, so unless I go communist, I think there's not going to be any more law changes for the rest of the run. Because outside the communist ones, I don't think there's any real improvements to be expected in here. Then we'd have an institution here to level up, and we got 1. Healthcare 1. Yeah. Okay, so now we're just going for the most stable government. So we'll throw the intelligentsia back into government. Looks like there's actually a front where we might be able to go on the attack. Swap to advance and get attacking. Russian practices. Yeah, we'll just take the plus standard living. New Russian, sure. Exile gates. A radical. Sure. Radicals aren't going to have any problems with our government, so it's not like he's going to destabilize anything. Railroad boom. We'll do more issues throughput. So Belgium's probably going to get kicked out pretty quickly. Brazil's going to get kicked out pretty quickly. France, we actually need to occupy the war goals for. Aid for the silkworm farmers, who were denied them aid. Fresh ignitions, 3 months out. We'll work on pasteurization to get the academic over afterwards. I don't think it's a particularly strong pick, but it deals with a journal entry that's technically a mild crisis. Occupied. Most of the way occupied, okay. Oh, queue's empty. Well, I say queue's empty. Queue could be shipped. Let's move the tariff on exporting groceries. Do you have a tariff on... Well, let's actually swap you to subvention. Let's make it a little more profitable. Expand the grocery makers. That's what we'll actually spend next. 150 each. I suppose I could just build that 100. Okay, we'll build 100 of these. Unemployment's the highest. This is going to eat about 5,000 each. Because we don't have any labor saving for this. Suppose all these places that probably have unemployed probably have peasants as well. Lombardy does not. So I guess Lombardy doesn't have any farms anymore. Or it doesn't have any subsistence farms. Yeah, all the arable land's filled. Okay. Well, that still makes it a good place to put the food industry. So we'll slap 40 in there. That'll get the unemployment down below 50,000. We'll do... Here we've got some peasants, so we'll definitely have to put 40 in there. And 20 there. Okay, so the Roman Republic, who is the people who are actually mainly fighting, are really willing to get out of this war at this point. We'll see how long the Allies hold up before they, too, are willing to give in to the demands of our alliance. GDP go up. Literacy goes up. Oh, one of the main armies probably needs a new general. Of course, I've got landowner. Fine, we'll take a landowner. Anyway. We'll even give him some promotions. Any places where I want to start new colonies? Yes, but we don't have neighboring to them. France has left. Oh, France has left because we've just taken our objectives. The objectives have been taken. Except white peace. Sure. Nothing else can be exchanged. Reducing it 0.5 from that. Infamy, cold relations are bads. Both of those actually gonna go away, so if I actually let the infamy come down, they'll become loyal enough that I could go in and make them into puppet. Okay. To be fair, it's the infamy from taking them over, so that makes perfect sense. Central Europe, we got 36 of the 30, or 36 of the 47 we'd want for that. At some point, I'll probably just push this button just to get Italy, because at this point, I think it's just the big reward here is getting Italy integrated. If I was willing to rake over the infamy coals a little bit, I suppose I could go after Switzerland, Belgium, and the Netherlands. Is why I'm holding off. We can basically pick that one, and all this stuff in here. well. There's compression ignition. So, in the meantime, I think it's pasteurization. Antibiotics is old stuff, and we'll do pasteurization. Then stuff. You're on mass scale, yeah. What do I want to swap first? Let's swap the cars over first. From automobile production to mass production, which doubles the input, doesn't double the workers, and thus makes it a very, very, very profitable building. Give it a week. Make sure the oil doesn't go to the moon. Okay, it didn't go to the moon, just that one choice. The next one I'm going to do is engines. Diesel engine. Again, 20 more steel, 50 oil. If you're short on oil, that's expensive, but it's still quite profitable. For us, at least. There. Okay, oil's a little bit high, but we do... Let's actually put a subvention on oil imports. Encourage them to be imported. Running 3 million in subsidies. What am I subsidizing that's so expensive? The motor industries. Okay. Has the worldwide demand for cars not picked back up enough to counter it? Not immediately, apparently. Taking a little bit of time. Accelerate pasteurization even more. Buildings are suffering from an input shortage. Unstaffed. Privately owned. Okay. Guess we should subsidize the trading centers because I need more trade. Yeah. I don't suppose I can... Well, I probably have more oil to build because we didn't max out our oil. Yeah. Make that the next thing in the queue, basically. We're up to 1 billion GDP. The governmental debt's getting worse, but the GDP is doing good.
Oh.
Standard of living's up to 19, and in theory, rising. Southern Pennsylvania campaign. Franchise for farmers. Yeah, one man, one vote, no matter how remote. Sounds like a good slogan. And I should probably work on dropping subsidies. So reducing the things that are causing the subsidy costs to be high. refrigerated swords. That's the pasteurization. So that should end the academic if I play the cards right there. I'm thinking going radios. Yeah, let's go radios. Popularity contest. Man of the hour. Researching pasteurization. So we've done pasteurization, so we just need it to kick in. And then a year afterwards, so that should go away. Okay, so the colonial conflicts. Is that the third one? That is the third one. Okay. These colonial conflicts are pretty quick, so I'll just reassign to the third one reasonably fast. Go to the problem. Method of mitigating the improving economic through encourage agriculture industry decree has been covered. I can get timber and prestige, or I can get relations and obligations. We'll take the relations and obligations. There is a obligation event, I think, associated. Well, an event associated with obligations that can lure you for me. So, collecting a bunch of obligations would not be a bad idea. The synthetic solution. Representative industrialists requested state investment developing process to create synthetic silk. Fair. Working through the food industry, and I'm starting to get into that oil. Oh, and apparently I just need a bunch of construction. Not providing enough construction for the private queue, which is ticking off like gangbusters. Electric railway. Okay. And then you're detaching that one, that's good. Okay. I actually want to implement any from electric railway. I think the main thing on electric railway is going to be those PMs. Rail log cars, I suppose I can implement, but we'll hold off. We kind of skipped electric railway by going straight to oil, internal combustion engines. The private queue is like, I want more construction, please. Yeah, I'm gonna have to give it more construction, I suppose. I almost feel like the private queue is like the plant from Little Shop of Horrors. Feed me. Feed me more. There we go. So it's only 5k versus 3k, that's maybe when the fight's not gonna be super fast. They also don't have a general there. Let's tag a general in. Here we go, radio production. How bad is the telephone price? Terrible. So we might have some consequences from doing this, but I'm gonna go to my telephone factories. And we're gonna start swapping over on the radios. Radio, do similar to the telephone, so we're gonna put it on subvention for export. Drive the price back down and watch it very rapidly rise again. German colonization rights. We got one more friend to go. Okay. That was radio finishing. Okay. Let's get nitrogen fixation. Rapidly building the oil. It's driving down the oil price. Probably time to swapping on a few more other PMs. Oops. Everything that's on electric everything that can be on electric is on electric. Okay, no, what did... Okay, that's why it's on that. Speed that up. Okay, so some place doesn't have electricity. That makes sense. New power looms. We're not that desperate for more. Labor efficiency. I think we're gonna do the mines next. Diesel pump. Which is of course gonna send the oil demand sky high again. But we're building oil wells and encouraging more imports. Bit of a shame the infamy is so high, otherwise I'll probably try to buy investment rights in Russia, try to get Russian oil flowing. Now that the Russians have discovered their oil, that's a different problem. The Americans discovered theirs. No. Okay, that might make my oil a little bit difficult. Build the oil wherever it may be. Because we have demand of the oil, demand for oil. End of the epidemic. Toast to science. Reactivate our silk industries. We have No time to waste. Okay, so as a part of that, I no longer need to have encourage agriculture on all those places. Get back to, you know, trying to generate tax revenue. Services, 500,000 for services. Government wages up. To grab automobiles, and government wages back down again. What do we have subsidies on? Electric industries, yeah. Motor industries should be improved as the oil improves. I could probably just turn that one off. Except the engines. Or except the motors, turn that one off. Same with the electric industries. Turn that one off. You're requesting a greater degree of autonomy. We're gonna say no. I like you as a puppet. Yeah, no, you're a big puppet, and you don't appreciate being a puppet. That's coming mostly from the infamy, so when the infamy improves, it's going to go down as well. That's temporarily, or even not really temporary. Let's just do subject payments. That'll help as well. Oh, that's on Modena. Do subject payments there as well. Again, mostly probably coming from the infamy. You're less economically dependent on us, that's fair. I can probably get away with another regime support here as well. Oil rush subsidies. I'm not really worried about the map, so we're gonna go more throughput. Yeah, oil price is coming down, so we want to do more oil PMs. Ones that first make things, then those that don't. So the next one that's gonna sort of make things is the port upgrade and the rail upgrade. And then the next one is going to be the fertilizer one. Yeah, taking motor industries off the subsidies. I'm not taking the motor industries off the subsidies. Oh no, I took the automobiles off the subsidies and take it off the motor industries. Take it off the motor industries as well. We had that on subsidies from earlier and we didn't need to keep it there, I suppose. Yeah, so that's reduced the subsidies by quite a bit. Could probably take a couple more of those off. The ones where they're like, yeah, like that one can come off. I suppose the art can make it come off. I don't make it downsize in places where economies are less needed. Radical. Sure. No. You'll calm down as the infamy calms down. That's what's going to end up happening there. Do any... No, we'll leave shipyards. Subsidized. Leave the military stuff subsidized. It doesn't shrink during peacetime. So yeah, I think we dropped all the subsidies we don't want to leave on. We don't want to leave off. So still running a bit of a deficit, a bit more than I would want. I suppose... Yeah, I could drop this invention on some of those things. At least the export ones. Drop you to neutral. Same on you. And then we'll do the same on you. Rubber's an import, oil's an import. And the lectures I kind of want to cement so they have more demand. Another colonial conflict. An impressive voyage. It was a ship of dreams. 5% production research speed. 30% of laborers become loyalist in the location. Okay. And the oil industry is pretty profitable. Even with all the changes we've been doing, that'll probably make it more expensive. $1.3 billion. Standard living up to 19.4. Probably declining a little bit due to pollution rising. I feel like it's going on there. Also, I think that's the standard of living of stated people. So as we raise, we sort of state Africa, that place is going to drag it down as well. Okay. So after that, I suppose it's plastics next. It's another source of oil demand. In the meantime, emission fixation fertilizers on. Farms adopt chemical fertilizers. Oh, and wherever you are doesn't have electricity. Okay, that's fair. I probably sent the oil back up. Surprisingly not by very much, so I may have overbuilt oil. We'll see once we get the plastics implemented. Well, I suppose we're importing merchant marine because we have demand. So I suppose we can build more merchant marine if I have construction queue time. Oh, and the private queue wants more construction. Okay. On some more colonization rights. Should accelerate the colonization just a little bit. I think we've got another place we can put another established colony in. Yeah. No, 2. Then if we go over to state actions, another state, we can start stating up. We'll have to actually start building up the government administration again. So, in pursuit of a little more government admin, because we need some more. Where do we not have taxing capacity? Those places. This is more because I think I need the bureaucracy rather than trying to get every last drop of tax. But of course, if you can get 2 birds with 1 stone, do that. That's always a good plan. Okay. It does look like we need more constructed sectors. So we're unemployed. So what, I think, I forgot where our education access should be leading us to institution-wise. Education, 62% education access, plus I think it's 2% of living? So, yeah, we should, in theory, have just enough education access that we could, in theory, hit 100% literacy. On the average pop. The average pop should have 100% literacy. The lower standard of living pops, which we do probably have some, maybe aren't going to get there, but that's probably what's slowing the literacy down. It's getting close enough that it's starting to hit the point where the upper class is literate and the lower class is not. Why or else? Yeah, piss them off, that'll be fine. And we need even more constructed sectors. Okay. Let's swap some more demand over to radios. No, swap everything over to radios. That way the electric industry is dealing with an actual sort of endgame balance there. For export imports, yeah. And I suppose I could import or could build the rubber up next. We're importing a lot of that, and it's reasonably expensive. I'm looking for more things to generate demand with. 20 infrastructure for 100 permanently. Sure. Oil pipeline for the oil throughput there. Is that a shortage of electricity? It is a shortage of electricity. Okay, I should probably fix the electrical issues first. Or get too carried away on other stuff. I turned on some electrical PMs without backfilling the electrical demand supply, or the electrical demand. So that's where some of these are coming from. This demand's coming from. And if we can, we want to avoid shortages because shortages are bad. Okay. And yeah, let's press the oil to the bottom of the queue. So we get electricity up top. Because it's deals specifically with the shortage here. Here we go. And okay, we're definitely, from a governmental standpoint, we're probably spending a little bit too much. The economy needs it, one way or the other, but the government's maybe spending a bit too much. I say as I look at the queue and decide I need even more construction sectors to meet private demand. Plastics, houseware plastics. Another potential source of demand for our oil. Which is actually something we've... Well, not exactly under demanding it. And we're importing it, so yeah, making more is not a problem. Go with that for the resource discovery chance. Let's do mechanized farming. Okay, and then in here, glassworks, houseware plastics. Drives oil up. Drives plastic down or drives the glassware down a bunch, but that's fine. It was a little expensive, and now it's maybe it's a little cheap, but that's fine. Plastic reduction. Spread the knowledge, make England like us better, or just get glass or throughput. We'll let America or let England like us a little bit better. Okay, probably get away with building a few more construction sectors. Go for another 60. Population is growing. Unemployment staying reasonably controlled. Channel Secretary support anti-imperial policies. Yes. Artisan papers. Paper mills get more throughput? Sure. What am I thinking about? Probably not in a place where we can get any communists, for example, I think. Modernizer we don't really need. Utopian. Utopian would be interesting. Though it did just come join the radical movement, I suppose. Because that would allow us to offer Council Republic and cooperative ownership, collectivized agriculture, and that sort of stuff. But no, we'll stick as we are. Keeping the debt more manageable. Fireside chat. Authoritarian radio announcement or good public policy? Just story. Endorsements, yeah. This may be the nation ruled by the petite bourgeoisie and the trade unions, yeah. And looking at the time, I think this is a good place to put a part break in. We're almost 20 standard of living hours across the incorporated parts of the nation. We're starting to finish up the rush for Africa here. We'll see how much more of Africa we get. Waiting for infamy to come down before we do any more sort of conquests. I may, once we got everyone puppeted, I may just go ahead and push the button. I don't think we're necessarily... Definitely don't want to take that level of infamy again. Taking over more of Europe, I think. So yeah, I think once we get Sardinia and Piedmont to be a puppet, we'll press that button. That should probably inherit them. We'll get sort of Central Europe going. If you're watching YouTube, there'll be part up tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. This is going to be the longer break of the stream where I go make a new cup of tea, because the cup of tea I have in front of me is empty. So until the next part, I wish you have all been enjoying. Wish you all the best of luck. And with that, bye for now.